tell me about 12-week Laura. What food are we?
Okay, so are we going?
Yeah.
Okay. Hi everyone.
Hi. 12 weeks.
12 weeks.
I want a supercut of the introduction of every episode.
And you just see me just devolve.
Because you were like week 6, week 7, week 8, week 9, week 10, week 12. We're just...
This is the facing the long time.
It is an evolution.
Baby is as big as a lime, and their marrow, if I'm understanding correctly, is now producing white blood cells. And their intestines, their digestive system that was inside of the umbilical cord is now being sent inside the baby's body.
Well, I'm glad one of us is paying attention to the logistics because I'm just looking at the weird pictures.
I mean, it's happening inside my fucking body, so I better know what the hell's going on.
But you're very good on the details.
I'm shipping organs around. I'm moving crap. I have marrow. I have 4 sets of eyeballs in me right now.
The thing that I was noticing was that when they said,
do you know how many ears I have?
You have a lot of ears right now. The idea that the bones are going from loosey-goosey to hardening was a real kind of horror movie vibe where it's the bones are hardening and it's it's all good stuff. But it's I guess that makes sense.
The baby has knees now.
That the baby's not going to have a full-size skeleton and then grow into that skeleton. It's it's all...
Well, it's kind of gone from tadpole and now it's going more into frog.
Oh, I think we're slowly out of frog territory. We're at dystopian movie, mutant child who rules the world with a giant head and can control everything. That's where we're at, I think.
Well, little baby hair follicles are growing already.
Well, baby hair follicles, more than I can say.
Well, according to the old wives' tale, the burning in my chest that I'm having, heartburn. Apparently, heartburn means your baby will have a lot of hair.
Oh, okay.
That's the old wives' tale.
Interesting. Thing that I would like to complain about.
What on earth do you have to complain about?
The number of times that I'll write in my notes of things I want to bring up, I'll just write them out, and then it'll just be why compared to foods? ? And I'm like, the fuck? And now I'm on the podcast going there. Is it okay?
We have the ability to have it compared to other things,
right? Why is it? Was that an option that you chose?
Yeah.
Okay.
I could have. We could have had them compared to Disney characters. It's the size of Tinkerbell. Or the size...
I feel like that's pretty much all you can... That's the only smaller than a human.
Well, let's take a look. Hold on. Let's do this. No, we're doing it. We're doing this.
I love the idea of it being it's about 1/2 the size of Tinkerbell. It's about 3/4 the size of Tinkerbell. It's bigger than Tinkerbell. What other options are there?
Well, we're going to find out.
Because my issue was, isn't it strange that
Here we go.
Okay,
all right, hold on. So week 1, pixie dust.
Ew. That's not a practical thing. Week 1 telling me it's the size of a sesame seed or whatever. I can get on board with that.
Yeah, that's why I picked the fucking food. That's why I did it.
That's a good point.
Because all these other options, I was I can't. So wait, hold on.
Week 2, the concept of love.
Wait,
what are we talking about?
Hold on, I'm not. Week 2.
Oh God.
Chips bubble.
Wait. Okay, Chip from Beauty and the Beast.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bubble?
Bubbles coming out of his cup.
Oh my God. That should not... They should have gotten halfway through writing those and gone, we should stop.
Hold on, it gets better, don't worry. Week 3, Dumbo's magic feather. Week 4, Jiminy Cricket's hat.
It's not getting any better, honey.
Week 5, Dalmatian's first spot.
I don't know what to tell you. None of these are appealing to me.
Week 6, honeybee.
We can stop anytime
Okay,
you
well,
want.
let's go to week 12.
Yeah.
Week 12, flowers flower.
What the fuck does that mean? What is that?
The flower that Flower holds up for Bambi.
Who is Flower?
You don't know who Flower is?
Honey, I saw Bambi.
Only the sweetest character ever written.
I saw Bambi once when I was a kid and was like, yeah, that's good.
It was like my favorite movie
Really?
when I was
Is that
4.
true?
Oh yeah, no,
Oh,
we
for
have
the biggest fights, are we gonna have big fights about what kids' movies for the baby to
honestly,
watch?
that's actually what we would fight about. No, it was like we even have a home video of my mom talking into the camera. My grandma is filming, being like, "We've watched Bambi like 5 times this week." No, I think she even said like, "This is our 3rd time today."
Right.
Like it was just like I was on a. And it was so shocking to find out I was fucking autistic. Of
course.
Like I watched Bambi like clockwork for like.
That's amazing.
It was my favorite for a long time.
Okay.
I mean, it's also like arguably the most disturbing of the Disney movies.
Yeah. Well,
Did you know? Okay. Did anyone know they did like this whole like rating system of worst villains of all time? What are the worst villains? And coming in at number 1, beating Darth Vader, beating Pinhead, beating Captain Hook, the hunter who shot Bambi's mom, is the number 1 villain of all time.
Okay, where was Gravity in The Lion King killing Mufasa? Because that's my number 1.
That's your number 1?
Because you're absolutely right. Because like, okay, a movie that's supposed to be a horror movie and like a villain is supposed to be a villain, I totally understand that. But getting to a point where like you think you're not emotionally ready for that kind of drama. And to see that in a Disney movie where it just kind of comes out of nowhere and you're like, oh, you guys went there? Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah.
Okay. Would you like to hear more of the categories that we can choose? This next one you might prefer over the food.
Mystery Science Theater riffs.
It is
Simpsons quotes.
It is so one of the other categories, like comparing it to food sizes or Disney characters, movie and TV props.
I'm still okay. Yeah, sell me.
Okay.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Okay. We're not starting strong.
Okay.
Week 1. Harry Potter in his invisibility cloak. No baby yet.
You're absolutely right. You did not start strong.
No, and it was also transphobic.
Yeah.
So
yeah, not good.
Week 2, Wonder Woman's invisible jet. No baby yet.
Wait, they also could have done Frodo's invisibility cloak.
They could have if they were smart. Well, also he didn't have an invisibility cloak. It was the ring that made him invisible.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry.
But it's the same thing because it's just about like it could have been the ring. Well,
it could have been the actor who wasn't in that movie because they weren't there.
Okay.
Like, you know.
Week 4, Tiny Crumb from Cookies Monsters Cookie.
No, we're done. We can put this away now. Honey.
Ooh, week 7, Red Pill from the Matrix.
Okay, cool. What about the blue pill?
Week 10, Heart of the Ocean Blue Diamond from Titanic.
You're not talking into the microphone.
Oh, I'm not. Okay, I'm sorry. Week 11, Groucho Marx mustache.
Great. That's awesome. Are we at? So what are we at right now in movie props? And then can we please move on?
Week 12, Jurassic Park Amber Cane handle.
Awesome. Great. So we've got Amber Cane. For any of you listeners who have decided to still stick this out, we really do appreciate it. Laura's going to put her phone down now.
No, hold on. I just want to read the categories. 80s and 90s nostalgia. Like right now, the baby is as big as a hacky sack. Sports. My baby is as big as an American billiard ball. We could also do snacks. Laura's pregnancy is big as a chocolate and vanilla cream sandwich cookie.
This is so stupid.
You brought this up. You were like, what the fuck are we doing? Why are we doing like fruits and stuff? And I'm like, because they are the better option.
You're absolutely right. You proved me wrong.
I did.
I apologize.
I accept your apology.
My God. Okay.
Yes. Baby was the size of pixie dust.
Did people get paid to write that?
Yeah, they did. That's a job.
Okay. So
we could do that job.
We could. You forgot you were pregnant this week.
I did.
Yeah. Tell me about that.
I did. I was, I think, changing into PJs or something. I was changing. And I just was like, going like, God, why am I so fucking bloated? This is so weird. Oh, yeah.
All right.
Because I was like, God, man.
How
so
long
much
did
pressure.
that feeling go on for?
It was a matter of seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't long, but it was definitely just like, oh, why am I pregnant? And okay, this was the first time, it was this week, where I missed having a drink.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. Because we went out.
We went out to one of our favorite local restaurants, and I love how they do a vodka soda lime. I know it sounds simple, but some places do it better than others.
Yeah.
And I love going on a little date night with you and having a little drinky drink. And
Yeah.
we have so much fun when
We really do.
when we're a little tipsy. We love being tipsy together.
Yeah. Well,
We just get so swishy and silly.
one of the first times that we ever hung out,
We got so drunk.
It's the conversation, because it was also early, and we were just kind of like, oh, so what are you into? Like, what's your thing? Like, oh, cool. And then by the end of the night, I'm like, what is time? And why do people think when they think?
Dave started talking about his mom who passed away. And I don't know if you all have understood this, but my sweet little Davy darling is a bit of a, and I say this in the most wonderful, happy way, is a like sensitive little sweetheart. Mm-hmm. Cries at a drop of a hat. Mm-hmm. And started tearing up about his mom.
It needs to be said that I have never, ever, ever used my mother's passing as like a, hey, I'm going to say this to come off like suave. But my mom would have been the first one to go like, dude, if that could get you laid, like
use my death.
Use it. I have long since passed the, oh, this is a good quality of mine. Like when I was younger, I noticed that I was kind of like, oh, I can cry on cue in acting classes. That's great. And then I grew into an adult, and I'm like, I think I'm a really like emotionally mature, like sensitive guy who's like in touch with his emotions. Now I'm watching TikToks where it's just like a dog waking up, and I'm like, just put it away. And it's like, that's too far.
I made you cry. I think it was last night or this morning, where there was a TikTok of a little boy who his favorite thing is garbage trucks.
Yep.
Favorite thing is garbage trucks. So for his birthday, he asked his parents, can we set up a little breakfast bar so that I can have breakfast with the garbage men when they come by? And I showed that, and Dave was just dehydrated.
Well, that was a great
point.
It's
so cute.
It was you asked
so sweet.
You asked an interesting question this week. You asked me like, when the child grows up, what is something that you
I said when they're kids.
When they're kids, yeah.
When they're kids.
What do you go ahead.
I said, is there something that you would be really excited for if they were into? Like if they were really into dinosaurs or into cars or trains? Like, right. Is there something that you'd be like, oh, this is great?
And my thing was, before you were pregnant, before I knew that like, oh man, I'm actually going to be a dad, I would think about that question a lot. And I always came down on like, I hope they like the same nerdy things that I like. I hope we can share the same things.
Yeah.
But now I'm realizing, like, you've shown me a couple of TikToks of just kids enjoying a thing.
Whatever that is.
Whatever it is. It's kids dressed up like a Disney princess and meeting that princess at Disneyland.
I've shown you reels of like kids meeting like their favorite Disney characters and just like running into the arms of like Mickey and Ariel.
And I have no emotional investment in it, but there's something about watching a kid
every single time.
Well, I don't have an emotional investment in that. Like, I also love the Disney characters, like Pluto, yes. But like seeing kids go like, this is my thing and that's my thing, a big and a little, a big and a little. I'm like, that's everything. So I do realize that like, I am comforted by the idea of like, no, whatever it is, that as long as they're passionate about something.
I think that's really, for me, is like, I just want our kids to have passion.
Yeah.
I want them to be really into something. It's, to me, like, apathy kills me.
Yeah.
Apathy is something like I find to be just one of the, it's so boring and it's lonely.
Yeah.
And it's not happy.
Well, here's the question. I'm trying to put myself in when I was my most, God, Dad, you still don't understand, closing the door and playing video games in my room all day. And even then, it isn't to put the blame on either of my parents, but I do think that there was a combination. If a certain like, hey, I noticed that you came home and you had a Spider-Man comic. Let's talk about Spider-Man. Or like, oh, you're playing this game for the 30th hour in a row. Tell me about it. I would have opened up, and I think I probably would have shown that I wasn't just this apathetic. I wouldn't have given the illusion of an apathetic kid if there like maybe more of an effort had been given to kind of step into my world a little bit. Do you feel like there was anything like that for you where like you outwardly looked like an apathetic teenager who's like, you just don't understand, but you actually were open?
No and
just
yes.
the right questions just weren't being asked.
I think one, being autistic, that just was not in my framework.
Yeah.
I was a very passionate kid. I was very, very passionate. So I was pretty visible with what I liked. And my parents were always really great with that. Like I was obsessed with Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Mm-hmm. I was obsessed. And they were really great. They were really supportive. We watched it every week as a family, all together. And they were, and then my best friend who also watched Buffy, we would call each other during commercials every single time. And my parents were really great and supported that. And they would get me like the Buffy weekly planner, Buffy merch, and the trivia books and everything. And I was very, very into theater. And my parents, like, whenever we could afford it, always took me into the city to, like, see plays. And we would go to Sam Ash and buy music books and everything. So they were really great with that. I think the only time where I really ever was outwardly apathetic was when I was probably surrounded by other teens and I was really scared about looking too passionate, or as the kids say, being cringy, because I did, even in my autistic state, I did realize that when I got too excited about things, I would get made fun of. Yeah. So I think when I was around other teenagers, I tried to tamper it down a little bit because I could figure out that, like, oh, that bad, being apathetic cool.
I tell you, that's the thing that I am the most scared of about parenthood is the times where we are not in control, where we are going like, go to school, go hang out with a bunch of kids your age who know just as little as you do, who are going to walk around with confidence and they're just as scared as you.
And they know jack shit.
And you're going to start liking them and hating them. And it's so much of the time of the day where we are not seeing what's happening. that's
it is
terrifying.
But we have to establish the relationship well enough beforehand so that there is that trust, there is that safety. And even though our kid is going to be in the throes of puberty and teenagerdom, we still have to continually try to reach out so they know they have a safe space, so that when it is that bad day, it is that time where they just go, oh, can I talk to you? They're going to do it. Yeah. And we just have to continually make space for that. And just never stop trying.
Right.
And we know that, like, at some point, it'll turn around and they'll be a little bit more wanting to be open with us and everything. And I think as long as we do all the work beforehand to establish that trust, establish that relationship, I do think that will, cross my fingers, hopefully make that easier.
Yeah. And it kind of tied to something that we were talking about this week, where we were kind of talking about the idea of, like, you don't get, as a parent, you don't get like a trophy. It's not like you have won as a parent.
Yeah, neither. I mean, we can give each other a gold medal.
Right, but that's going to need to be, especially early on.
But we can validate each other.
We can validate each other, but it's not like your kid hits 18 and gives you a grade.
Yeah, they're not going to go like A+ parenting, mom and dad.
But if we raise a well-adjusted child who calls, who checks in, who as we want, adds a net good to the world,
and is a good
partner,
to their spouse, they treat people respectfully and well. They have they are actively empathetic.
Yeah.
And hardworking in whatever field they want to be in. Then they'll be like, okay, high five, Dave.
Because there's no 10 out of 10. As a parent, there's just, I got rid of enough of my baggage from my parents and made enough progress so that the next generation is a little bit, I feel like, I mean, I know this is probably like a really naive oversimplification, but like the idea should be, if you ask like, what's the meaning of life, to do it a little bit better, to just nudge things into the progress And like your kids are now growing with everything that your parents and their parents and their parents and their parents did right, and with a little bit less of the things that those people did wrong.
Well, I think for me, how I looked at it and is I noticed, and I want to say this is an oversimplification because I do think obviously there are some homes where this is not the case. But I've noticed that like a lot of parents are like, I hated the way my parents parented, so I'm going to do things completely different than what they did. And they do almost nothing different. Mm-hmm. Maybe there's like some slight improvements here and there, but it's like, no, it's pretty, you pretty much, you are your parents' child.
Right.
And so for me, I always had the thought of going like, no, I'm going to be my parents, like that I was raised by them. I recognize the similarity between me and my parents. So for me, it was more like, okay, what are the things that I genuinely want to improve on? Mm-hmm. Where are the areas that I think this is a good area? And I kind of, in my opinion, have picked like a couple of very specific areas where I'm like, this is what I really want to focus on as being a parent. These are the areas that I'm like, I think that if I can improve in here, that's a big step forward and I can pass the ball on to my kid and I'm sure then they'll take it from there. But I know I'm not going to be a black and white difference from my mom and my dad. Like, I know that.
And if anybody listening doesn't think that they are their parent's child, stand next to your parent and do the age filter on TikTok.
We did that with my mom, and that was
it's just so your mom twice.
Risky. Yeah, it was my mom twice.
Yeah.
But that was the thing. Like, I've known so many people who are like, I'm going to be exactly the opposite of my parents. And I'm like,
you can't.
And and I think what on top of that is if you go into the mantra of, I'm not going to be anything like my parents, and it's like kind of a chip on your shoulder, I think it actually creates a problem in my experience because then you're not willing to take notes when you are your parents.
Right.
When your spouse and your child comes to you and goes, hey, you're kind of doing this thing. You kind of, because that's so much of your identity wrapped up in being a parent that you are going to be completely different than your parents. And then suddenly like you're realizing that you in your head failed at that. I've noticed that people are less receptive to that criticism in those notes.
I think you're absolutely right. And I think that...
so that's why I think it's really kind of dangerous to go like, I'm going to be completely different. Now, there's exceptions to that rule because obviously if you grew up in an exceptionally abusive household, that's a different story. I'm talking about more of like just your average household.
Your job as a parent is to be able to differentiate between what are like huge red flags that I need to avoid and what are like little baby things that maybe as I do them, I go like, oh my God, I was my dad just then. Like something like that where you're like, got it.
I also think that it's just because you might be better than your parent, maybe you're doing a better job than your parents, doesn't mean that there isn't room for improvement. Because there's also so many parents that I watched who went like, God, I'm so much better than my parents. Like, I'm such a better parent. And that is completely true. It doesn't automatically mean you're parent of the year because like, there are people that I know who both the mom and the dad had a very, very abusive childhoods, extremely abusive childhoods. And they were like, we're not going to do that. We're going to be like awesome parents. And they were better parents. They absolutely were. They weren't great parents. They weren't. They were just better, but like, they still weren't great.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, and it was kind of like, it was this weird thing of like, yeah, technically you're better than your parents, but that was a really low bar.
I don't know. I know people who suck who are parents, and I know some of my favorite people who are parents. And I noticed that the people who I really, really like who are parents, they don't step outside and talk about their parenting willy-nilly. They're too busy doing it. They're too busy like actively being involved. It's the ones who are going like, oh, you want to talk about? So what I'm deciding to do, like those are the ones where I'm like, oh, I've got notes
on what
you've been doing.
This is my parenting philosophy.
Yeah.
As we have an entire podcast about parenting.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know. It's
we
don't
have the kid here yet.
We don't have the kid yet. And this is all going to change. Oh my God, how cringe is all of this going to be when we're like, we didn't know what the fuck we were
just like,
about.
X-nay on the entire podcast day.
But I think that's kind of what this is this is the experience.
Oh, we're going to be proven completely wrong.
This is what all potential future and parents.
Like, to our future child, tell us how all of this was wrong.
I like this. I'm treating this as like an adventure through the uncertainty.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I'm looking at it. And then once the baby comes, I'm sure the location of our shooting will be dramatically different. But I'd love to continue doing the podcast, and I'd love to continue like showing this adventure in real time. There's no reason, like we talked about in previous episodes, why I have like a picture of my parents together raising me. One. And with all the technology we have, there any questions that my kid could potentially have on what was going through my head, you now know. You've got a weekly podcast on it.
You have a weekly but I can't wait when the kid is here, and then every week we just come on and go, okay, so this is what we were wrong about.
Yep.
And just proven wrong. We're gonna do a total shift. I am already feeling mom guilt.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, tell me about the mom guilt.
I'm feeling so much mom guilt. Okay. This hit me yesterday, and I'd like to state this publicly. Mm-hmm. So I'm week 12. I hate being pregnant. Mm-hmm. This is a real, like, this sucks.
This is prepartum depression.
Yeah. And I feel really guilty about saying that.
Yeah.
Because it makes me feel like I'm a bad mom, that I'm not enjoying every single moment of pregnancy.
Is that because society, pop culture, movies, and TV, they jam into your head the like, oh, and then we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do this, and it's gonna be that, and I've got the baby bump, and that's not real.
It definitely. I mean, I do know people who are like, oh my God, I loved being pregnant.
Yeah.
And I would say, fuck you. You are God's chosen. Good for you. I feel sick all of the time.
Yeah.
And society basically says like you suddenly are beaming and you're full of life and you're filled with the miracle and it's so joyous and you're filled with love. And I'm like, I'm filled with throw up. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm filled with. Laura, you're glowing. That's the night sweats.
Yeah.
That's the night sweat. Like acid reflux makes me very hot. That's what I feel so much, especially for going through infertility and for us fighting for pregnancy for so long. And now I'm just sitting here going, this fucking sucks. And the fact that I'm not feeling grateful at every single second, already I'm just like, shit, I'm a bad mom already.
Okay.
And that is something that I know is not right. I'm very aware that like logically, like Laura, let's work through this. But it is something that I'm working through and that I did realize because constantly people are like, oh my God, how are you doing? How are you doing? And I'm just like, great.
Yeah.
I love this so much. And I feel terrible all the time.
Just like the truth of parenting, I think is going to reveal some real moments where it's like, oh my God, like I had a fight with my child and I was so mad, processing that it's possible to not be always with complete adulation at your role as a parent, to kind of genuinely go like, fuck this. I think is real. I think is natural. As long as
we're not going to enjoy every single second of being parents.
Yeah, move the mic back. You're talking past it.
Sorry, I have to have. I'm sorry, my I have my sweater sort of like awkwardly covering me up right now because my boobs have grown so much that they're like hanging out everywhere. Zip it up? Yeah, the zipper's broken.
The zipper's broken. Okay, yeah. Would you like to put on a different outfit?
No, okay. I will hold it.
Okay,
it's fine. We're already here.
Okay.
Yeah, but like now my boobs are like feel like they're up a cup size already.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
Which is totally fun, and you can't enjoy it.
No. I can't like go up to you and go hamana.
You can and you do, but it doesn't. It's not. It's.
But then I feel sick afterwards, and I'm like, oh, too much motion.
I gotta go lie down.
That took a lot of energy out of me.
I think that it is an absolutely universal feeling to be like I mean, because we're at the tail end of the first trimester. This has been going on a while. You've been experiencing this for a while, and everybody says it's a marathon.
And and everyone's saying that you're gonna feel so much better when you hit the second trimester. Yeah. Everyone's saying like week 13 to 15, you're gonna feel better. And if I don't feel better, I'm gonna take all of you out.
Yep.
Like we are going to have a very, very serious problem. I am suing all of you for emotional damage. Mm-hmm. Holy shit. Because the only thing that I'm like hanging on to is that I'm gonna get better week 13 or 13 and 15. I will feel better in a few weeks.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that is keeping my head above water.
I know. This is
because I don't have morning sickness. I have all day sickness.
Yeah.
It is all day. I have pockets, maybe an hour here and there where I'm like, oh, I don't feel like death.
It's very Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark when at 5 a.m. I'm getting back into the bed to play my video games while you're asleep. You know, at the beginning where it's like, don't mess up the statue where everything's the ball's going to come rolling at you. Where it's like, I know that if I go, and you wake up, you're not getting back to sleep.
I'm not getting back to sleep.
You are on your second body pillow already. Mm-hmm. Tell me about the body pillow adventure.
Okay, so we got a pregnancy pillow and I hated it. It was really bad.
Yeah.
So then I ordered a second one because what's hurting is my hips. Yeah. That's what it is. My hips are already hurting. So I need something that will help with like that. For anyone who doesn't know, like you can't sleep on your back. And the new one is better. I like it so far. It's definitely helping. We're going to try it another night. We're going to see how we're feeling. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I'm so yawny. Yes, ma'am. I'm still like my last 2 hours of sleep. I'm still getting like some hip pain.
Yeah. The pillow is taking up between the pillow and the dog. There is very little space for us to sleep on our bed.
Well, and the baby's growing, so the baby will be taking up.
And the baby's going to take up, yeah.
Baby's going to take up even more space. Mm-hmm. It's only a little lime now, but it's going to be a pumpkin.
Yeah. It does feel like the map of a war-torn country, like losing ground, like where I'm sleeping on the bed. I'm just like, eventually I'm just huddled in the corner.
Are you calling the baby a colonizer?
Maybe I am. Can we touch a little bit more on the guilt thing of
me feeling like a horrible mom? Yeah,
because we kind of jumped past it.
Yeah,
you know that's normal. Right?
I know,
okay.
And everyone I talk to is like, oh my God, I hate pregnancy too, and I'm like, why are we not talking about that more? Why are we lying and being like, I feel like a princess and baby birds landed on my tummy? No, you feel like shit.
I feel like social media must do a good job of kind of like revealing the reality.
Some do. I mean, I feel like there are content creators who I think really do talk about it very honestly, but then you still have, I think, a lot of mom talk, a lot of pregnancy talk, a lot of the trad wives are like, it's a miracle and I'm just this beautiful vessel.
Is your social media going to completely change to just God, like, I'm a mom? Is that going to be everything?
No, but I am going to be talking about pregnancy because it's like, honestly, oh my God, the fact that I can't right now talk about it is so, because I'm literally like, if you watch my social media, you will see that like I haven't worn makeup in weeks because I'm just like, bro, I am in my fucking back. This is the best I can do right now.
Right.
This is all you're getting. I'm not doing my hair. Like I just can't. I'm muscling sitting up.
Yeah.
That's what's happening.
But this is going to be, I think, the last episode where we are in a time where we haven't announced, right? We're going to be announcing soon.
Well, we're announcing after my shows in Buffalo and Rochester. So I think we're going to have one more week.
Okay.
So it's going to be, we're actually going to be announcing week 14, probably. Okay. We'll tell some more family members in a few days, which is exciting.
Yeah. I mean,
so like my family all out west has no idea.
Yeah. I mean, I've got some.
Also, the majority of my family in Sweden doesn't know.
Yeah.
So they'll know. So that'll be really exciting to tell them.
Do you think that a weight will be lifted once you've officially announced?
Oh, dear God, yes.
How so?
Because then I feel like, I mean, I make social media videos every single day. And the fact that like I am not telling my followers, it feels, and I know a lot of my followers like also have been like, know that we've been struggling with infertility.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to tell them like,
can you not put two and two together that we're very vocal about our infertility issues, and then for this weird 12 weeks we have not talked about it
that
at
much.
all.
And
all
Laura's
of a sudden
looked
I'm not
really
doing
sick.
that material on stage about oh, we're struggling with infertility. Like, yeah.
Well, I mean, if you see me in real life, in real person, you see me on stage, I talk about it because my baby bump is very apparent.
Right.
I still talk about struggling with infertility, but it's in the context of we defeated it. We conquered it.
Yeah.
Mahaha.
Yeah.
Fuck you, infertility.
I know that it's difficult right now, and things are fluctuating a lot, and
Yeah.
I know that you're
Wait. Can I tell you one thing? You are okay. I'm gonna butter your bread.
okay, please.
You are learning to cook
Yeah.
while I'm pregnant because I am at times too sick to cook. And that's the sweetest thing.
It's less that I'm learning to cook, and it's more that whatever your craving is, I need to be able to get it. And you just happened yesterday to have a craving that was a very specific intermediate cooking challenge.
I really wanted my chicken lemon orzo soup.
Yeah.
Which is amazing and it's phenomenal. The recipe actually does come from a TikTok recipe, but then I definitely shifted some stuff around.
Yeah.
But it's from TikTok and it's the best fucking soup. Like this, I think this soup could cure every single illness. Yep. Let me know if you want me to post it. I happily will. And I was like, I really want it, but I can't cook. I don't have the stamina. I don't think I can stand the smells of being like right over it, being over a hot stove. I can't do it. And I was like, could you maybe try to do it? And you did. Yeah. And you turned out so good.
Now, look, I will say.
And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I will say that if you are a cook, you'll look at the ingredients and the recipe and you just be like, oh, yeah, got it. If you don't cook, it is a big step up from like scrambled eggs.
Oh,
it's intermediate.
I got to teach you how to cut an onion that you didn't know how to do. So that was a big one.
Honey, you've taught me 10 times how to cut an onion, but because it's like once a year and I'm crying while it's happening, it's one of the one times I don't have to blame my sensitivity on why I'm crying.
Yeah.
And I just, it's not something that goes into my memory bank. So you're like, do you know how to cut an onion? And I'm like, not since the last time you showed me, and then
Fair
you showed me
enough.
again. But you're very good at that.
But no, you did great. Yeah. You handled it really. I was in like the room right next door, so if you had a question, I could answer it immediately.
It didn't hurt that I also absolutely love the orzo the soup.
Yeah, I was making a food that you really like.
Right, and I'm like, I'm eating the shit out of this tonight. Yeah, I was hungry, so yeah.
I was actually really surprised that you liked it as much as you did.
So good. Yeah.
I didn't know if it was going to be a Dave food.
Yeah, 100%. A big fan of orzo. Well, no, but I appreciate that, honey. But also, I want to be. I am struggling to contribute.
You also made me my my fruit smoothie.
Yeah.
You also did that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're doing, and I'm really proud of you. I'm really proud of you because cooking has never been your forte. It's never been what you've been comfortable with, and you're really, really trying hard to do that for me right now, and I really appreciate it.
Well, if I could talk for a minute about my emotional state during this whole process, is there is a lot of helplessness. There's a lot of there is nothing to do. But then there's also like the guilt of how low the bar is, where it's like, I'll go out and get you pizza, and you're like, you got me pizza, and I'm like, yeah, honey, of course I do that before. I did that before you're pregnant.
Yeah, but now you're getting me and the baby pizza.
Oh yeah, none of this is about you. Like that's where you've officially passed the point where you're like, I want this. You're like, I don't care. But the baby really wants this. The baby really needs this.
The baby needs it.
My experience right now is feeling completely helpless and feeling like very much like man around the house. It's like, give me something to lift, give me something to break, give me something to fix. because I need to.
Yeah, you can't build IKEA furniture out of this one.
There's nothing. I can't hold the baby yet. We joke around where it's like, I want to hold the baby, and you're like, okay, and you just like,
show me your uterus.
I just put my hands under you, and I'm saying, I walk around with you like this, and like it's me trying to take some of this, because there's nothing worse than feeling like shit. There's nothing worse than being when I'm queasy. Shut down everything. Don't talk to me. Don't ask me to return your email. I'm not picking up the phone. Because I'm queasy right now.
By the way, you need to help me film an audition tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Deal.
It's my first pregnancy audition.
Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, are they filming it within a time where you're going to still be, like, is the timeline? Oh,
no, it'll be in a couple weeks.
Ooh. Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, and it's a good chunk of change.
Now, does that chunk of change go right into the baby fund? Because it's we would not be getting it if it weren't for baby.
No.
This is not... When baby is born,
like always something goes into the savings,
right.
But no, I mean that's my work. It's my acting work.
But you would not have been hired. The baby's really the star of the show. Is the baby getting a SAG voucher?
No, baby's not getting a SAG voucher.
Okay.
No, this is it's a good chunk of change. But it still needs to go into. This still needs to cover my bills, food.
Okay.
Yeah, it still needs to do that.
You hear that? You're not getting this one.
And I would like to probably end up putting a lot of this paycheck into savings, because as we get into the third trimester, it's going to get much, much harder. Yeah. So I'd like to have a little bit saved up for that.
Randomly, while I'm remembering it, there was a video that you showed me of like a baby desperately trying to add color to their house, to their room.
So there is, I don't know if you know this, but there's been this trend of like sad beige parents where it's been this trend now where parents have been really into like all beige furniture, beige clothing, sad beige children. And it's like all their clothes are beige, all their toys. They paint the toys beige because primary colors are just and cringy and icky and just not cool looking. And there's been like this active lack of color in like a lot of kids' lives and from like their bedrooms because parents like the beige aesthetic. And so this kid had the sad beige room and they were like literally just taking their clothes, whatever clothes they had with color on it, and draping it across the bedroom because they were like, I need color.
How old was the kid?
I mean, it had to have been 2.
Yeah.
And even the colors they had were muted. There was nothing bright, nothing saturated. And it was just like, I was like, we have to make sure we have color for the fucking kid.
Yeah, yeah.
Because kids respond to color.
Yeah.
They respond to color. So it's like, we need color.
Yeah, it's not just a marketing campaign to like, sell colors to kids. Like they need it.
Now, we're not sad beige parents. Our room is a very like saturated blue color. My mom is a sad beige parent.
Yeah.
100%. Like her favorite color is beige. My dad's favorite color is beige.
And I grew up in the 80s, so I just lived in a sad beige world. Like everything in the 80s was like you think that's a filter or like faded photographs? That's just what the world looked like. Shag carpet and ugh.
We have to start going through my clothes to see what still is in good condition for baby.
Oh yeah, we said goodbye to some of your good pants. We went on our date night.
We went on a date night, and like so, there's some of my old pants that I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to wear this for like probably a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, and I had to say goodbye to some pants. I'm like, I'll see you in a year. Well, like my usual performance outfit, I can't wear. Yeah. I don't fit into it.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't fit. I'm screwed.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of clothes that I'm just like, I'll see you in a year. I love you. Bye. Hopefully I'll fit into you again in the near future.
Get there. But you do have baby clothes. Now, I do
have maternity clothes,
but I mean like your clothes when you were a baby.
But yes, we kept all of my baby clothes.
Yeah.
And my parents dressed me like I was Caroline Kennedy.
Yes. And we do need to talk about it because the clothes that you have shown me look very cute. But they're also
very pretty.
But they also look like stuff people wore on the Titanic. Okay, it's very like we're going on. We need to be seen. It doesn't look comfortable per se.
This is my morning outfit.
Yeah. So
yes. Yes, now we are changing into my outfit for solids.
Yeah, and there's been a couple of clothes where like you've picked it up, and I don't know if it's just stiff from being in storage or if it's just the fabric is just like it's literally like a board of a dress.
There's a couple of my wool
clothes.
coats.
Yeah.
Well, because my dad had this vision, was his dream of being a dad, was I'm going to walk on the sidewalk with Laura and she's going to hold my finger and she's going to be in a red coat. Mm-hmm. That was his vision of being a dad.
Okay.
And so it was very important that my mom found that red coat. But yeah, we have to go through all the clothes and figure out like what we want to keep, what we want to use, what might not be in good condition anymore.
Yeah.
The idea of potentially using my old clothes did make my dad really excited.
I'm sure it did.
Oh, he was like, my dad is into the clothes. Like that's how you get him. And so the fact that like hypothetically maybe my red coat is going to be seen again. He was like, you still have it? I'm like, yeah, Dad, we still have the red coat. And he was like, oh, best coat.
And
he's like that is his favorite memory of being a dad.
Forgive me for forgetting. Are we giving the child your Beanie Babies?
Yes.
Okay. Now,
why was that even a question?
Because
that is their inheritance.
Right. But what if they want to put them in their mouth, rip them apart, throw them away?
Okay, well, they don't get the Beanie Babies like when they're 3 months old.
Okay, but let's say they don't care about them and they're not displaying them properly.
David, why do you hurt me?
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to anticipate.
David, why are we even going here? They are about to go on a journey, and they are going to have so much love from my 650 Beanie Babies.
Okay, but I'm just saying that they may be too invested reading the comic books that I'm giving them and the action figures that I'm giving them. They may not care about your Beanie Babies, and we just need to be ready for that. Remember at the beginning where I was like, whatever our kid is into, I'll be totally cool with it. And now I'm just like, if they don't really thank me for all the action figures, this is Hacksaw Jim Duggan from the 1985 wrestling line. It's gonna be my life.
That will be your life.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we have a lot of stuff we have to go through, and we have to like check and see how much we actually want to keep and we want to reuse from both of our childhoods.
We've got downsizing we need to do just in the house. We have so much stuff.
We have so much shit
that we haven't looked at since we moved in.
But that's a second trimester thing. Like right now it's survival. Right now it is just getting me from point A to point B and making sure that I survive. Mm-hmm. And then once I start feeling maybe hopefully a little human again and the nesting gets activated.
Yeah.
Then we can start doing that.
So do you have any final words to say goodbye to first trimester? Any advice, any thoughts, anything you'd like to say to the first trimester as it disappears into oblivion?
Go fuck yourself.
That's really it. Okay.
You are the villain of this story, first trimester.
Sure. Fair enough.
Yeah. Take your all day sickness and go a packing.
And you better go hide in the beginning of next week if Laura wakes up the first day of her second trimester and there's any nausea. She's going to come find you.
Well, I was warned that hopefully I should start feeling better between week 13 and 15.
Okay.
So I'm giving it a 3-week grace period.
Okay.
You have 3 weeks to change your act around pregnancy. You got 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. Or shit's going to go down. We're going to have some talks. Because I was misled, okay? Yeah. My mom was like, I had this perfect pregnancy. I was never sick. I felt like butterflies. And bunnies were constantly kissing me and everything was great. And now I'm like, I feel like shit. And she's just like, wow, I never had any of that. And I'm like, fuck you. God damn it. So what I'm telling myself that's making me feel better, and this could be an utter lie, but I'm just saying, wow, my kid is doing some incredible developing, and they're taking my life force.
Yeah, they're taking your life force.
And that is why I feel like such shit, because what they are doing this most amazing developing right now. They're working on something real special. I don't know what it is, but something real special.
Yeah, Nobel Peace Prize, baby.
It is something.
This baby's going to change the world, and they better, because this level of nausea needs a baby that's going to change the world.
Oh my God. Just anything.
That's the bumper sticker.
Even, maybe the kid is just like really good on the harmonica. I'll take it at this point.
We'll take it at this point.
I'll take it. Like, I just need to know that, like, what were you working on there, kid?
Where's our bumper sticker? It's not like my child's an honor roll student. It's like my child better do something, because there was a lot of nausea during the pregnancy.
You were working hard.
Yeah.
On developing that shit down. Well, and I need to see the work here. I'm kidding, kid. It's fine. However you turn out is fine. It's just it's a little rough patch, that's all.
I'm incredibly proud of how hard you're working and how much you are doing while dealing with all of this.
I am doing nothing.
You are absolutely
I'm like
achieving
rolling
a lot.
out of bed to film a TikTok.
Yeah, and you're destroying so many internet trolls.
I'm using my morning sickness and grumpiness to be like, fuck you, trolls. I'm gonna be sassy. I mean, any of the shows that I'm doing right now, the first row is the splash zone for throw up, and I'm just like, I might throw up on you.
Just letting you know.
Just letting you know.
Third trimester, my water might break on you.
I want my water to break on stage.
I know you do.
That would go viral. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That, like, look, I don't want to monetize off of the kid. Like, I don't want to, like, have my kid on social media or anything. Yeah. But there's a couple of moments.
But there's a moment where it's like, if you can get a moment out of that.
Oh my God. I mean, imagine I'm at, like, any of the clubs and my water breaks on stage.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It'd be fucking hysterical.
Well, check out Laura's tour dates. Maybe you can be in the audience
when my water breaks.
And maybe I'll have featured for her, so I'll be in the back going, honey, let's go, let's go, let's go.
What would be worse? You being there when my water breaks, or me calling you going, my water just broke?
I mean, it depends on where I am. If I'm... Oh, you like as in I'm at home while you're on stage? Oh, I need to be there. If I'm there, we Okay,
so I think when we get into like February, if I'm doing like any shows, I think you always have to come with me.
100%. Yeah.
Because like I'm imagining myself like at the stand. Mm-hmm. And just like
the stand suddenly becomes the lay down.
Yeah.
And the contraction.
Oh God, if I give birth in a comedy club.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So thank you so much for listening.
We'll really have to be picky on which green room that's in.
100%. Yeah. Oh, there's some comics I don't want in the room seeing any of that. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Follow us on social media. Ask us questions. We're getting to a point where we can start actually responding, because we're getting close to when we're going to announce and drop all these episodes, and hooray! But thank you so much, and we will see you next time on Kidding.
Yay!